Hi, my name's Mel and I'm from the International Travel College ITC. This is an online tutorial for Unit 4251, Building Your Career Pathway. You can choose any career pathway or idea of what you might want to do, and there is no limitations of what you choose. Just bear in mind that the questions that you need to answer about this career, you will need to have information on. Some advice for you to gain the information to help you fill in the questions of the task of the assessment. I would recommend that you access a website or use Google to research this career. There will be certain qualifications, skills, attributes, or anything else that might contribute to getting to that career that you need to research. There will be information available to you on the web for this. Alternatively, your career department may have prospectuses or information that they can provide you and you can take away. I will be looking away from the camera now and then so I can actually assist you with those questions and be going through the assessment with you. The first task is, what is your career goal? What pathway of education and or learning is required to reach this goal? So this is where you actually are writing the actual career that you're going to be talking about for this assessment. Write down the type of career. Do you want to become a veterinarian? Would you like to become a marketing manager? Write there your career goal. And of course, the pathway of educational learning required to reach this goal requires you to write the type of learning, as in qualification, that you may need to lead up to gaining that career. B, thinking of your career, which personal qualities do you think you have that will contribute to this? A personal quality could be that you're effective time management skills, that you're dedicated, enthusiastic, you're empathetic. Have a little think about different types of attributes that you personally hold. Previous to this assessment, there will be a list of different personal attributes, or if you're not sure, maybe Google personal attributes and find out what you may have in that list and what you may think will contribute to that particular role that you've chosen. You only need to list 3. The next question is asking you specific qualifications, knowledge, or skills. Now, obviously, in your career goal, there may be certain qualifications that you must have in order to obtain that career or to get that job. You need to actually discuss what you are working towards now, though, in C. What have you already got? What are you doing in school? What are you doing right now with maybe work experience? Is it contributing to that final goal of your career? So it could be even maybe a part-time job that you have. It could be the work experience that you've had. If you've had no work experience, think about even babysitting or childminding. Has that contributed in some way? Because in fact, you have to effectively multitask during babysitting. You have to keep on time with routine. Those are contributing factors to a career. Of course, with qualifications, you've not finished school yet, but you're working on it. So it could be the types of subjects you've chosen in school that may contribute. We're on to task 2. Now, we need to refer back to the workbook because we talk about what these terms mean in the workbook to give you a better understanding of how to answer these questions. But to go through it now, pathway exploration. We're asking you how the strategy is going to help you develop this career that you've chosen. Pathway exploration is actually just like the word exploring. You're exploring it in a way. It could be on the work experience you're doing right now. This is actually exploring things. Work experience is where you're not getting paid to do the work. You're doing it to gain experience. So pathway exploration is what you're doing right now. However, it could also mean literally researching it on a website. Think about the types of companies you want to work for. Look at their website and see what they look for staff, and then you can fill those gaps. Professional development. So PD, we call it. For us as teachers, we do professional development throughout the course of our journey in our career so that we can better deliver courses or tutor or teach students just like you. So what have you done in professional development? Have you done any extra courses? It could be a STAR course that you attended or a short course, or it could have been something that you've done in school over and above what you have to do. Acquiring skills. So how is that going to help you reach your career, and what have you done already? Acquiring skills are basically collecting those skills that you gain from every experience that you've ever encountered. May it be on a course, may it be in your work, may it be on work experience. Qualifications and expertise which contribute to career pathways. So I guess the main thing about that is with your qualifications, how is that going to help you gain your career, and how is it going to help bring that job to you closer? The qualifications, expertise, and how do they contribute to your career that you've chosen? So some of those qualifications could be just the things that you're doing in school right now. It could be a certificate or an additional type of qualification. It could be actually doing an apprenticeship or something along those lines as well. How is it going to contribute? Well, think about the types of people you might meet during that qualification, or maybe the types of companies you interact with during gaining those skills and knowledge, because every single person you interact with closer to your career pathway is getting you closer to that job. Task 3, we need to consider that there's things that actually can get in the way or interfere with gaining your career of your dreams. So they're called constraints. Constraints are things that may prevent you getting there closer or sooner. One of those is the location. For example, I work from home. So if I meet with my team, obviously I'm going to have to travel to another city to do so. Where do you live? Is that an issue to get to your study or to the actual job? Do you have your access to public transport accessibly? So location could be anything to do with how you get there to get towards your career goal. The actual career itself, is it actually in New Zealand? Is it overseas? Or does it mean that you do have to travel frequently? Personal relationships. Obviously, if you're going to need to move, that may put a bit of an impact on your friendships and your family. So you need to consider your personal relationships as well. Is that going to interfere in some way, or will it maybe take you a little bit longer to gain that career because of it? Do they want to move with you? Or are you happy just to go out on your own? Access to information. How is that going to affect potentially your career? Obviously, not everyone has a very good Wi-Fi or internet or access to computers or technology. These days it's more common because of online learning that we've had to be doing. However, is it easy for you to access information? Or is your career so specific that actually not as easy as you think to gain information about it? How would you access information? Could you go in and visit the company? Could you potentially do a bit of research online and find out about them, or ask other people that work for them as well? Task 4. This is where we want to see all the information that you gathered about the career of your choice. Obviously, you may have now an idea of what qualifications you might need, what types of knowledge you may need to require or acquire before getting there. Some skills, so some physical skills or work experience, or getting the beginner's or learner's job or entry-level job. Actual experience, life experiences, or your actual achievements, which is over and above schooling. So it could be like your sporting achievements, or it could be leading a team or being part of a committee. So think about all those things. What you have to do is you have to actually write about some of these things. You have to write it for the next 12 months and then the next 2 years. So think, what do you need to achieve in the next 12 months? And then what do you need to achieve in the next 2 years' time? We've put a template in there for you. This is to actually help you with achieving the things that you require in order to get this assessment correct. As you can see, there's actually a list of different categories to choose from: qualifications, specialized knowledge, skills, experience, and achievements. You only need to fill in 3 of these. So you don't need to do every single one. Choose 3 that is more relevant to the career that you've chosen in task 1. Then you'll see in a year's time in the first column, so you need to write in 1 year's time what qualifications do you need to achieve to get you closer to your career. And then in 2 years' time, what is the next step of those qualifications? For example, with us as a travel college, we have a level 3 and 4 certificate. Within a year's time, you'd actually be able to obtain the full level 3 and 4 certificate in international travel and tourism, which is enough to gain a career, for example, as an airline cabin crew member. So in 2 years' time, if you were to write with qualifications, I guess in 1 year's time, you would have gained your level 3 and 4 certificate in travel and tourism. In 2 years' time, you could choose to extend those qualifications with us. For example, we have a diploma option, which is a level 5 qualification. So that's what you would achieve in 2 years' time. However, if you chose to stick with level 3 and 4 and then start working as a cabin crew member, then in 2 years' time you'd put in the qualifications that I would be trained as a cabin crew member. Because of course, some companies also put you through training. So that's what you'd put in there. So you can choose any of those different areas there in those categories. But again, you only need 3 and you need to fill in 1 year's time and then in 2 years' time. All the best with planning your career pathway through this assessment. This is going to be an advantage to you so that you have an idea of where you need to go in the next 12 months or 2 years. All the best.